That would help. There we go. Let's switch cameras. All right. So if you saw earlier, which you probably didn't, this is the stamp set I am going to be using. You'll notice something about this stamp set. It happens to be a Halloween stamp set. I love it. Um, okay, hang on. Okay, 1 second here. And let me message Kevin here for a second because it's showing me on his page, but okay, it is showing me on the card a day. Let me just double check. All right, hopefully you can guys can see it. And it's working. And apparently I can't type very well. But we're gonna hope that it is working. Again, I will post it to his page or share it to him so he can post it if it's not working, but I think it is working. As I was saying, I am going to be using a Halloween set tonight, and please tell me the sound is on and people can hear me. I've been doing this for a year now, and I still have plenty of technical difficulties with this, but I still love to do it. I am actually going to be using two Halloween sets for um, our thing today. Um, hang on 1 second. Only on my page. That doesn't make sense. 1 second. Try refresh. I'm going to hit refresh here and just see. I can see me in the group, so I'm hoping he can see me in the group. Um, okay, I'm gonna go back to what I was doing. Uh, again, sorry if it's not working. I apologize. Like I said, I am going to be doing two Halloween sets for tonight, and I've pre-done a lot of the stuff just so that it can be a little bit faster. So I'm going to use this little kitty cat in the Halloween set for tonight. And then I'm using this background here. So you can see I have stamped it in red. I thought it kind of looked like candy cane and Christmas-y. And I've stamped and punched this out. And then I have also stamped just the hat in the red. And we're going to play a little bit of Christmas magic here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to cut off the little red ears. And then we are going to cut along here and cut this part off as well. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to do a little bit of fun. We are going to hurry and color this one. I'm sorry, I'm going to move my sample so I can see it. Sometimes you forget what you're doing. um, and I'm just using the blend here really quick. Oh, I guess I want the darker one, not the lighter one. And I should have colored most of this beforehand. I did prep everything else though. So this should go pretty quickly. And then I'm going to use some real red because this is not going to be a Halloween one anymore. We're going to turn it into a little Christmas one here. And part of the reason I wanted to actually color it where you could see me is so that you can kind of see how I changed this here. So you'll notice she has like a little bucket that she is carrying. I am going to turn it into part of her skirt here. Um, just by using the little bit of black, and I did stamp it in the black already. Um, and then I am going to color this so it allows me to make it all into one little skirt here. Guess I should have colored this part red. We'll go back here and color that in red. And then we need to hurry and do the nose, little black nose. And we're going to take, this is my lighter of the mossy meadow. And we're going to do the little legs on here. And I used, which one is this one? The light granite and the dark granite for um, the cat. Obviously, you could do it whatever color you want here. But trying to do this really fast here, especially because I'm so much later than I had planned to go live. But hey, I'm here. That's what matters, right? Um, and hopefully you like this project. I thought it turned out really cute. And it allows you to use your stamp sets that you may have thought you were done with for the year and keep using them. All right, so now we're going to doctor this up just a little bit. First off, we are going to cut this part off. We want to keep the ears, but we want to cut the extra part of the hat that's sticking out there. I forgot the top of the ears. Hang on, we got to color a little bit more. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to grab some elements from, I think it's this one. Yes, from the pine tree trimmings is what we're going to do. And we're going to grab this little, so it's used to make like little garland, but I used that and I cut out 2 of them here. And I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and we're just going to add some sparkle to them because I don't know why, but I feel like it needs to sparkle. And then I am going to cut one of them and I'm going to cut just one end off. And the other one, I am going to cut 2 of them off. We want to keep this one. Those ones are trash. And then I'm going to grab my Tombow glue and I'm going to change this hat and we're going to put on the red one here. And then we are going to take the longer one. We're going to add some glue here. And this makes a really quick little, what's like the little fur on the top of Santa's hat. And then you can just take your scissors and trim any of this little extra that sticks out on here. I like to do it afterwards just because you don't know exactly how much it's going to fit. Pull that up just a little bit. And then we're going to take the single one and we're going to go right here and add it onto here so that we now have a Santa hat. We could change this color band on there if we wanted to, or we could add a little bit of red if we wanted to. kind of darken that up a little bit and get rid of the lines. We don't have to. My original one, I didn't do it. But since I started coloring on it, we're going to hurry and color it and just darken it in a little bit. All right. Then to finish it off, we're going to add some glue to this other little one here. And we're going to put it along the top right here so it's kind of separates the little uh, dress bottom here. Lift that up so you can kind of see it. And then we're going to do one other thing. I cut out the little present and the bow. I did add some Wink of Stella onto this one as well. And we'll just use a mini glue dot and stick it in the middle here and kind of position it so that it looks like the kitty cat is holding a present with the two little hands. So there is our finished. We now have a Christmas kitty cat instead of a Halloween one. Now we're going to continue using some of the products from here. So I have this one here, and I've used the little stars that are on here and stamped. This is 5 1/4 by 11. I'll show you how to score that here in a second. As I mentioned, I stamped this in the real red, and I've just tied some of the olive ribbon around it. This one is my standard card, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. It's just a single sheet here. And then we have this one here, which is 6 inches by 4 1/4, and I've just scored it at 3 inches. I've used the Forever Plaid on the one side, and then this side is actually part of the what is it called? I can't think of what it's called. It's a scrapbooking kit. You can get it as a kit, or you can get it as a stickers and papers, but I thought it went really cute with this. So we are going to make a little pop-out card here, and then this is on the inside. I did use the From Our House to Yours in here, and we're going to grab this, remove some things out of the way here, and we're going to score this. So I am going to score it at 1 3/4. And then I'm going to score it at 3 1/2 and 5 1/4. And then I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to score it at 4 inches here. I'll move this back out of the way. So when we fold this, it's going to fold in, and in. So these ones will kind of like all line up on each other, and use your bone folder so you can get a nice crisp fold on those. And did I do that one the wrong size? I think I did. I messed up somewhere. I think I did 3 and I did 4 something. I did something wrong, because that one is supposed to be 4 inches. This one is supposed to be, I even have them written down, 1 3/4, 3 1/2, and there's where I messed up. It was supposed to be 5 1/4. That's okay. Or, okay, guys, you get to see one of the other samples early because I'm going to measure these. 1 3/4, 3 1/2, 5 1/4. Maybe I cut my paper the wrong size because it's not wanting to work for me. And then this one should have been 4. Okay, I don't know why it's not working. But I will post the correct measurements once I figure out what I've done wrong somewhere, because something went wrong somewhere and I don't know why. Um, but that is 4 inches. But somewhere I have folded it wrong. Anyway, when you go to do it, you're going to do this one here and this one here, and then it will fold out like so. I am going to redo this one, so I'm not going to completely put it together, but I'm going to go ahead and show you on here what I was planning on doing. So the other things that I have is I have the little Mary. So this is the tags in here that you can cut out. So I've used this and this in here. And then the Mary is from an old paper pumpkin, Mary Tags and More. I did check. You can still get this one. It is it's, I think, on sale for $6, but it has this cute little Mary in it. And I've just cut this one. I did, if you look really close, I did use the Wink Stella on the back there. And so this little guy is going to go like this. And then I cut out just the Christmas here, and it will say Merry Christmas, and then from our house to yours on the inside. I'll finish putting it together and share the picture. I'm going to restamp this and figure out what the heck I did wrong on my measurements, because either I cut the paper, that's what I did wrong. If you can look right there, I grabbed a piece of scrap paper and it's not 11 inches, which is why it's not, because it's supposed to be 11 by 11 by 5 1/4. And that is my fault. I am so sorry about that. It was only 10 1/2, which is why it's not going to work correctly. But you get the basic idea that it would sit here, and then this one sits in here. So let me show you my other samples. So this is my first one here. And when it pops out, that's what it looks like. And this one I added the tree, did a little background in the circles, and added the peppermints. And then this one I did the blue, and I used the More Than Autumn, and I used one of the brand new exclusive online exclusives. I've used this fun little star in here. And then when you pop it open, that's the inside. So again, I apologize for all the technical difficulties, but I hope you enjoyed what I had to share, and have a fantastic day, and continue uh, joining in on all the fun challenges. Thank you again, Kevin, for inviting me, and for allowing me to share. And I do have another one later in the month, and I will try to be a little bit better about making sure it all works. Have a great day. Thanks, guys.